Nobody wants to see scenes like this, and like most people, I too am concerned about protecting the planet. But I also want to be able to drink independently and be consulted and included in the debate on plastic, especially with regard to banning single-use flexible plastic straws. In January 2018, I heard and read about plastic straws becoming public enemy number one. By the beginning of March 2018, everyone was jumping on the bandwagon. Why am I so concerned for the humble plastic straw? To put it simply, this piece of plastic is the only means by which many disabled people, like me, are able to independently consume liquid on a daily basis. Literally, I'm talking about every time we need to drink something, be it hot or cold. Incensed by the one-sided arguments, I took to social media, contacted politicians, celebrities, journalists, the hospitality industry, plastics suppliers, hotel and restaurant chains, and even eco-friendly organisations. Hardly any of them wanted to know. Then I wrote a post on my blog, 4 Fingers and 13 Toes, entitled, "Never mind Watergate, Squidgygate, or even the Garden Gate. What about Strawgate?" By the 21st of March, I also had done a news special for BBC Wales News. And the end of May, my article about the impact of banning plastic straws would have on thousands of disabled people was published in the Western Mail and Wales Online. Still, the message is not getting through to everyone, so a friend suggested that I do this video. On average, I probably get through about 6 straws a day when I'm working, if I'm relaxing and having my food, and even if I'm out socialising for a glass of wine and a glass of water. So thousands of disabled people, like myself, will be seriously disadvantaged if we're not able to easily access single-use, flexible plastic straws. Just imagine what it would be like if from, say, midnight tomorrow, your water supply was either cut off or severely curtailed. That is a small example of what it would be like if thousands of disabled people were to be prevented from using plastic straws to rehydrate. Campaigns like these, calling for a blanket ban on single-use plastic straws without having consulted or included disabled people in their decision-making, makes me incredibly frustrated. I fully understand the need to reduce the impact that plastic is having on our environment, but single-use flexible plastic straws are the only way that many of us can drink independently and with dignity. I have tried every conceivable alternative type of drinking straw, none of which are safe for disabled people with bite-down issues or practical to use in hot drinks. Further, for many disabled people who cannot afford to get stomach bugs, reusable straws would be a health risk. Here is what I had to say when Nicholas Smith interviewed me for BBC Wales News.
Rosaline Moriarty-Simmons is a mother, a businesswoman, an artist and a disability rights campaigner. A busy, capable woman who refuses to let her own impairment affect her day-to-day life. And something as simple as a plastic straw helps her to do that.
To be able to have a drink independently, to me, is a fundamental human right. To stay healthy, I need to rehydrate. And so if I can't have a single-use plastic straw that is flexible to bend and to be able to drink without having to rely on other people's help, then that's paramount. The plastic straw to me is the best because it's disposable and you can put it into any drink whatsoever. Paper and the biodegradable ones, which are the green and the wheat, will disintegrate in hot water, and the others, the glass, the stainless steel and the bamboo, they get hot, and also if a disabled person bit down on them for any reason, or they could chip their teeth. Since viewing upsetting scenes of marine life eating plastic buckets and getting tangled in discarded plastic bags on the Blue Planet series, the debate about discarded plastics has seriously ramped up a pace. Then in February, the Environment Secretary, Michael Gove, announced that plastic straws could be banned in Britain. However, by March 2018, he announced that plastic drinking straws will be banned in the United Kingdom before the end of the year. Numerous organisations and individuals then jumped on the bandwagon, and suddenly the humble straw became a pariah. Pubs, restaurants, coffee shops and hotels almost overnight stopped providing single-use plastic straws. Of course, they are an easy target. Nobody consulted with or included disabled people in the debate, and within a month I and many of my disabled friends noticed an almost instant change. When requesting a plastic straw, we were now offered a paper straw, a wax-coated paper straw, or told that straws were no longer available. The large organisations and chains of pubs, restaurants and coffee shops that I contacted to ask them to at least keep some single-use flexible plastic straws behind the bar for disabled customers have actually done so. Many others have not. It is very easy for those who do not require such implements to turn around and say, "Bring your own straws," or "Why are you making such a fuss? There are alternatives." Well, my answer is, disabled people already have to cart around essential kit. We don't want to add more to that. Further, alternative single-use and reusable straws are not practical for everyone, and at the expense of repeating myself, either they cannot be used in hot drinks or they are a health risk because they cannot always be cleaned properly. Perhaps Michael Gove's new job should be to follow me around on a daily basis to assist me to drink. Other disabled people and their organisations are also campaigning to save the plastic straw. In particular, 1 in 5, @ 1 in 5 Scott, have designed some fantastic images which basically sums up the current situation. One basically to halt the campaign against banning plastic straws until an alternative disposable straw is designed which is suitable for all disabled people. Secondly, ask hospitality venues to keep single-use flexible plastic straws available for disabled people to use when requested. And thirdly, for researchers and designers to come up with a single-use flexible straw that can also be used in hot drinks but can be safely disposed of. And my final say on the subject with a second clip from the BBC Wales News, the humble but most essential plastic straw. I'm absolutely not against environmental change. It's important to me. I have a son, I hope to have grandchildren in the future. I want to keep the planet, but I want, as a disabled person, to be included in the debate and to be able to make change that's positive for everybody. By way of an update, we are now in 2020, and I find myself still having to explain why single-use, flexible plastic straws are an essential item for disabled people like myself. We are currently in a unique situation with COVID-19. I doubt if there is anyone questioning all the plastic being used for PPE. Ask yourself, do you honestly think that it would be appropriate to expect people not to use PPE? Clearly, the answer would be no. Then just consider what an impact banning single-use flexible plastic straws would have on disabled people like me. Why is the banning of them still even being considered? Take it off the agenda now, please.